July is over and is one for the books. It's not just August hot outside. The heat has made its way to the housing market. That's right, even in the middle of a pandemic, the real estate market is on fire. Sit back and relax as I break down what's going on in the Tallahassee real estate market. You'll gain a solid understanding of both the supply and demand for homes, and I'll even share a true story from this past weekend so that you will know what not to do when you negotiate for a home. Hi, I'm Joe Manausa, author of The Business of Getting Business and the creator of Manausa.com, where I have helped tens of thousands of people buy and sell homes. I would like to help you too. If you already are a subscriber, thank you and welcome back. If you are new to our channel and you appreciate accurate housing market reports, answers to your real estate frequently asked questions, and virtual tours of some of the nicest homes in Tallahassee, then you've come to the right location. Hit subscribe to get started and the bell so you're the most informed buyer or seller in your next real estate transaction. If you are planning on selling or buying a home now or in the next few months, you should know that the housing market is smoking hot right now. Today's real estate market report shows Tallahassee enjoyed a strong July, and it delivers reasons to think that home prices are only going to go higher. Overall, the market continues to pick up speed after slowing down at the onset of the pandemic back in March. Just as we forecast in last month's pending home sales report, the results from July's closings were very good. The lack of inventory of homes for sale in Tallahassee continues to stifle buyers, but not so much as we had seen in prior months. We still have buyers awaiting each new listing entering the market. To be clear, we need your home. If you have been thinking about selling, we need your home. As always, this monthly housing market update starts with a study of the supply and demand for homes for sale. So let's begin with the current demand for homes in Tallahassee. Our first two graphs report sales through July. As you will see, there's finally some good news to report about the real estate market since COVID-19 hit Tallahassee. The first graph in today's report shows how each month's sales compared with the same month the prior year. We refer to this as the year-over-year home sales report. For the first time since March, year-over-year home sales recorded growth in July. There were 13% more homes sold in July this year than there were in July of 2019. The 13% rise was large enough so that the 2 months of June and July outperformed the same 2 months from 2019. Is this evidence that the impact of the pandemic is behind us? Before we go on, let me know what you think in the comments section below. Will the market continue to rebound and prosper, or do you think a day of reckoning awaits us? I'd love to know what you think. The next graph shows the number of homes sold during the first 7 months of each year. It allows us to compare the real estate market at the end of July with the 18 previous years, each through July as well. Home sales are down 4.6% in 2020 when compared to 2019 through July. And right now, we are about at the same level as what was recorded in 2003. When we compare 2020 to the past 18 years, it trails just 6 other years, and we weren't battling a pandemic during any of them. So now that we know that there's strong demand for homes in Tallahassee, next we'll look at two graphs that will help reveal the strength of the supply side of the housing market. This graph shows how each month's new fresh listings compared with the same month the prior year. A fresh listing is a new listing entering the market for the first time, as opposed to one that was listed for sale and failed to sell in the past. For example, we listed a home a week ago that won't be included in this fresh listing graph because it was recently listed for sale with another real estate company. If you look at it from the market's point of view, it hasn't impacted supply and demand. The supply remains the same. It's just now that this home will get sold. For the fourth straight month, year over year, new listings declined in July. The 7% decline was smaller than the previous month, so I hope this is a sign the sellers are going to return to the market. I'm curious, if you're somebody who wants to sell but you haven't listed yet, please share your experience below in the comments. Are you concerned for health reasons, or is it an economic impact of the pandemic, or something else? Please share your thoughts. We rely heavily on consumer feedback. Due to the disruption of normal seasonal activity in the real estate market, the past 4 months have normally been very strong for new listings. I wouldn't be at all surprised to find this graph revealing huge gains in the coming months. I'm thinking that there must be a good bit of pent-up supply, where sellers who chose to wait out the pandemic finally enter the market. Even though the pandemic has not been defeated, I think many home sellers are becoming comfortable with the options we have for selling homes safely. As anecdotal evidence, Joe Manausa Real Estate had a very strong month of July for bringing on new inventory, in fact setting an 18-month record for fresh new listings. The next graph shows the number of fresh new listings entering the market from January through July of each year. As reported previously, 2020 began the year with a shortage of inventory of homes for sale, and things are getting worse. There have been 13% fewer new listings this year, and it's the worst year on record for new inventory. While I'm confident the pandemic has caused many discretionary sellers to wait, I do believe many will be entering the market shortly. This should make buyers very happy. So to summarize the housing market report this far, demand is high and supply is too low. So let's see how that plays out at each price point. Next, we'll look at the relative supply of homes for sale in Tallahassee. The relative supply of homes is a number that shows us the months of supply of homes for sale, the number of homes relative to the current rate of demand. A measure of 6.0 is traditionally considered a balanced market, where neither sellers nor buyers have an advantage in the market. When the relative supply drops below 6, the market moves to a seller's market. The opposite is true when the number grows beyond 6 and the market moves to favor buyers. This table is valuable to both sellers and buyers as it identifies market conditions in each area and price range in Tallahassee. It is color-coded for easy consumption. The red cells show sellers' market conditions, orange cells show buyers' market conditions, and green-colored ones show where the market is balanced. Overall, the entire market is undersupplied, and all 4 quadrants in Tallahassee are in a seller's market. Homes priced above $550,000 in all quadrants remain in a buyer's market. The previous 2 sections showed that the demand for homes is strong and the supply of homes is far too low. Our next 2 graphs report how this imbalance impacts the home buying experience. And I'm going to share a short story of a crazy negotiation that occurred this past weekend. The next graph shows the percentage of homes sold each month. During normal market conditions, about 17% of the homes sell each month. The past 2 months have been at twice that level. Each month, a red dot is posted to show the percentage of the inventory that sold each month. If there were no seasonality in real estate, we would expect 1/6 of the homes to sell each month. As seasonality is real, a normal year usually has about 4 months above normal, 4 months within the normal range, and 4 months below it. Obviously, these are not normal times. When the market was coming out of its collapse, we went more than 8 years without a single month falling within the normal range. There were just too many homes on the market, and it was common for fewer than 1 in 10 of them to sell each month. Back then, I was begging sellers to leave the market if they absolutely did not have to sell. Why? The glut of homes was bringing values down. But now my plea is quite the opposite. If you would like to sell your home, please give me a call. I can get you top dollar and move you on any schedule that you like. Low inventory levels today have created market conditions completely opposite of those we saw back in 2012. More than 1/3 of the homes listed for sale sold in each of the past 2 months. That means when buyers go looking at homes, there's not much out there that is not already under contract with other buyers. I'm curious, are you currently in the market to buy a home? Are you having a hard time finding a home too? If you are in the market, please share your experience with us in the comments section below. Buyers need to be ready to act fast when it comes time to picking out a home, and they need to work with a solid buyer's agent. Here's a case in point from this past weekend. It's the story I promised to share at the beginning of this video. We listed a high demand home that had recently failed to sell with another firm. Of course, we used our pre-marketing plan to get the word out before we made the home available to buyers. It was priced competitively so that we would generate immediate, multiple offers for our home seller. This is important as it provides the background for the rest of the story. As you have seen from this report, the market is smoking hot. This high demand home was priced correctly, thus we expected to receive more than one offer from the numerous buyers who would see it in the first few days. Good buyer's agents understand when they are looking at a high demand, well-priced home. It alters the way that they have to negotiate. They understand to get a home, they need to try to be the first in the door and to take control of the negotiation. Okay, so back to the story. The first agent who showed it presented us with an offer. The offer amount was very low, and there was no proof that the buyer was even qualified to purchase the home. We kindly thanked her for the offer and advised her that we were expecting other offers. Her response? Well, you never want to start with your best offer. I was blown away. What real estate market conditions did she think she was working in? She lowballed a high-demand home in a low-inventory market. I felt sorry for her buyer. We did get several other offers, 3 that were well above asking price. We gave everybody one last chance to sweeten their offer, and several did. The original agent came back with a better than asking price offer, which probably would have got her buyer the home at the onset, but it was now too low. She had allowed the home to slip from her control and let it get into a bidding war. Her buyer did not get the home. If you are fortunate enough to be the first buyer to see a home, be ready to make a quick decision about whether or not the home is right for you. If it is, seek advice from your agent. You need to make a strong offer. It should be based upon the value of the home, not the asking price, and it should include proof of your ability to close on the home. Your best strategy is to work with a buyer's agent who is putting many buyers into homes each month. An agent who is successfully negotiating offers each month is somebody who really understands current market conditions. Now here's what to expect when looking at homes. Our final graph shows that more homes for sale in Tallahassee are under contract with buyers than ever before. That means slim pickings for buyers and favorable market conditions for sellers. Nearly 1/2 of all listed homes for sale are already under contract. The green line in the graph above shows that 48% of the current listings are already under contract, and the 1-year trend of the under contract percentage is at an all-time high of more than 40%. Hopefully, we'll see more sellers enter the market in August, and perhaps see a dip in this ratio. But don't be surprised to see if it continues higher if too few sellers arrive. Hey, if you like this video, please click on the like button below. It tells YouTube that this is a video worth watching. And speaking of videos worth watching, if you like my story about the negotiation from this past weekend, you might wonder how many times a home seller will counter offer. I answered this frequently asked question in the video at the top left. Below it, you can see our latest median home sales report to find recent market changes that will impact your ability to buy or sell a home.